So hello and welcome everyone. Myself Samarth Netke as a TPO coordinator, and today I am with Team Visionaries to carry out the second activity by TPO, that is pre-topic talk. So what is pre-topic talk? In this activity, topics are already given to students and they are supposed to talk upon it for about 2 minutes. So what are the things that we should consider while giving any speech or talk on any general topic? So first thing is initializing the topic. So no matter how general or how basic topic is, we need to introduce it first to our audience and have a proper definition for it, and then we have to carry our topic. Second thing is like its impact on society or on social level. This is the second thing that we need to be concerned about. Third thing is how can we contribute, like in any ways, like in positive, or if we are already contributing in a negative way, so how can we can turn it into positive way. This is the third thing that we need to consider. And the last thing is about any speech is conclusion. So we need to conclude in such a way that our audience get a brief knowledge about that particular topic and gets the most out of it. So these are a few points that we need to consider while giving any speech or delivering any talk on any topic. So now we will get started with our second activity, that is pre-topic talk. So first of all, I'd like to call Rushikesh Ekate, who is team leader of Team Visionaries. So Rushikesh, over to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Rushikesh Ekate. Today my topic is e-vehicles. Today, when the world thriving to use day by day new technology everywhere, electronic vehicles must be the future means of transport. Pollution, growing demand for fuel, global warming, promoting eco-friendly means of transport are some of the reasons of promoting the electrical vehicles. The electrical vehicles are means of transport that consume the electrical energy as a fuel instead of traditional fuels such as a petrol, diesel, and CNG. These vehicles may be powered through a collector system by the electricity from of the vehicle sources, or maybe in utility with a battery, solar panels, fuel cells, or an electrical generator to convert the fuel to electricity. Electric bikes, electric cars, electric rickshaws, etc. are some examples of the electrical vehicles. Most of the trains, including metros, are already running worldwide through the electricity. The need of the electrical vehicles, which are first to reduce the pollution, second to conserve the non-renewable natural sources, third one the reduce import of petrol and diesel, to promote the use of renewable energy, to reduce the global warming, and to fulfill the need of growing demand of a more means of transport. Benefits of that electrical vehicles uses, that means the first uses are the electrical vehicles run from the electricity and doesn't emit smoke. Thus, it is a very helpful to reduce the pollution which causes maybe types of life thrilling diseases. Smoke is also is a major cause of global warming. Thus, using the electric vehicles, we reduce the global warming also. The petrol, diesel, and CNG is non-renewable natural sources. Overuse of these fuels are not good for the nature also. Thus, use of the electrical vehicles can be very helpful for conversion of the natural resources. Electric vehicles are new technology. This sector will grow day by day, which will generate a lot of employment in this field. This will reduce the import cost of petrol, diesel like fuels, and thus it will help to growing the economy of our country. So the cost of the electrical vehicles is also low if we compare to the recurring on the petrol and the diesel used traditional means of transport. The government incentives towards the use of electricals are the long term cheaper and in long run, and also environment friendly. Government of constituency promoting the use of electrical vehicles since a long time. Many trams including metros have been running on the electricity. The Indian railway trains are now almost running on electricity. Electric bikes, electric cars, and electric rickshaws are already in the market. Now the people should use more electric vehicles in place of the traditional petrol diesel vehicles. Government has started campaigning to promote the electrical vehicles, some rebate on tax and subsidily on pursuing electrical vehicles. So provided by the government. Recently, the Delhi government has launched the Switch Delhi campaign to promote the use of electrical vehicles. Switch Delhi campaign is a recent government, Delhi of government is launched a campaign or Jan Andolan to promote the use of electrical vehicles. This incentive has been taken by the Delhi government to cut down air pollution caused due to the emitted smoke emitted by the traditional petrol and diesel vehicles. Earlier in August 2020, the Delhi government introduced the Delhi EV policy, means electrical vehicles policy. Under this policy, the Delhi government provides waiver on road tax, benefits up to 1.5 lakh on the four-wheeler and more. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rishikesh, for your talk. It was really great talk. So now I'd like to call Avdut Adate for his topic. Avdut, over to you.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Hello, one and all gathered here. My name is Avdut Adate from SY Electrical. Today I am here to express my views on a topic, shortage of semiconductor and electronic devices. So basically, first of all, let's talk about what is meant by semiconductor. Basically, semiconductor is a material which have conductivity between conductor and insulator. So we also call it as an integrated circuit, or commonly we all know as it is a chip. I know it sounds very tiny, yet it is the one of the products which is highly manufactured at the global level. Uh, they are also used in many electronic applications such as computer, smartphones, laptops, uh, gaming hardware, medical equipment, and so on. These devices are found to be in all over industries in the world, especially in automobile industry. Today, electronic parts and components account up to 40% that of the newly ICE engine car, which is less than 20%. This is only happened because of the semiconductor, which accounts to this growth. So now we will talk about the main point of the topic, that the reason behind this shortage. We all know due to the pandemic and lockdown, the rate of the laptops, smartphones, and computer suddenly arise. Also, the automakers that cut back to their factories early in the pandemic uh, were underestimate that how quickly the car sales will be rebound, and also they started to renew the sales late in 2020. This is only because to turn away, because the chip makers were busy in supplying chips to computer and smartphone makers. While all this happening in the middle of the year, Huawei Technologies, which is a Chinese smartphone company that also dominates global market at 5G equipment, started building innovations which will survive the US sanctions in order to cut it from their primary suppliers. While seeing this, other companies also started to doing the same in order to get the shares from the company. As a result, Chinese chip market imports from $330 billion to $380 billion in 2020. Also, the companies from Japan and America, which were making the chips in a great amount, were caused by the natural disaster of cold and wildfire. In order to manufacturing the advanced chips, it is the large amount of amazing parts and a large term bid is required. The large term bid is required for the purpose of because the cost to build and prepare this chip is in billions of dollars. Looking forward to this, the emerging technologies such as IoT and artificial intelligence are taking tremendous growth in today's world. Therefore, the supply of uh, transistors, sensors, and ICs are increasing. India is also finalizing the plans to make a chip in large amount as a part of Make in India initiative. India is offering more than $1 billion to the company who sets the manufacturing plant in India. While after seeing all the situation, at the end, I would like to say that it is clear that the semiconductor is changing the game of this modern world. and therefore India should make the semiconductor as the status of critical infrastructure in many countries in the near future. That's all about it.
Yes, thank you so much, Avadut, for your views on this topic. So next, I would like to call Rutuja Kumbar. Rutuja, over to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Rutuja Kumbar and today I am going to speak on global positioning system and its application. GPS is primarily a navigational system, but the first system were ground based. The first global navigation system is called Omega and it is a ground based system and terminated as of 1997. Um, the the first GPS was launched in 1978. Global positioning system was made up of 24 satellites placed into orbit by US Department of Defense, and GPS can be used in anywhere in the world in any weather condition for 24 hours a day. There is no subscription fees and setup charges to use GPS. It permits land, seas, and airborne users to locate their three-dimensional position, velocity, and time. It can be used by anyone with receiver in anywhere on the planet. This is an amazing capability of GPS. Now I'm talking about how actually GPS works. GPS carries atomic clocks which provide extremely accurate time. The time information is saved in codes broadcast by satellite, and so that receiver can compute the location. The receiver can use to compute latitude, longitude, altitude, and time. Now I'm going to speak on the application of GPS. It is extensively used by receiver for direction as a navigation app to tells us where we are and how to move between points. It is also used to form a digital maps. Uh, uh, Apart from this, which we use GPS from our phone, it is also used by the pilots, surveyors, boat captains, and scientists also. Uh, it is also used by a airline operator to decide their route, which is the safest, fastest, and most fuel efficient among the destination. It is also used by the boat captains to enable them through the water to reach their destination. Today, there are diverse use of GPS in military application to map the location of vehicles and other machinery, like missiles in war. This technique is purposely used to protect the soldiers and also manage the resources. Uh, Most use of GPS used by the taxi services, public transport monitoring, dispatch, and navigation. So these all are the application of GPS. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Rutuja, for your talk, for your speech. Next, I would like to call Abhishek Deshpande. Abhishek.
Hello everyone, I am Abhishek Deshpande from second year of electrical engineering. My topic is fake news and its impact on society. To understand its impact, we need to understand what fake news actually is. In a simple way, we can say that the fake news is a misinformation spread in a medium. In this, the misinformation possesses same power as information, but in negative manner. Second thing is that the spreading of fake news can be intentional. And third thing is the medium can be anything from social media post, any blog you read, any article in any news outlet, or your friend also. There are too much scale in fake news. It can be like that. There is shortage of salt in our country. To India is preparing for nuclear war, and not only the government or any institute suffer, but the every section of society suffers due to the fake news. Fake news as a tool is not new thing to our society, but it is becoming more dangerous due to the availability of internet, so that the fake news can be spread easily. So to counter this, there are two ways. In my opinion, there are two ways to counter The first thing as be a aware citizen. If you get to know about any news, try to verify it on your basis. You use the Google or internet to verify these things. And second thing, if you get any correct information about that fake news, then spread it across whole uh, your network, because the algorithm of internet works in that way. So the more you share it, there are chances that this news will be counter the fake news. uh, this is the information warfare tactics that the 4.0 warfare is used, and sadly India is lagging in that. So we citizen of India are the soldier for that information warfare. So be prepared as that. Thank you.
So thank you, Abhishek. Next, I would like to call Muzamil Shah.
Hello, this is Muzammil. My topic is about impact of technology on jobs. In today's world, the use of technology is very unavoidable. So instead of crashing it or burst it, we should live and learn with it. History is the evidence that technology is not the destroyer, it's the creator of jobs. But there are some positive or negative impacts of employment on jobs. Let me discuss about the positive impacts. Technology increase the productivity. Technology improves the lifestyle. Technology reduce the burden of laborers, workers in companies, or we can say industries. But on the negative impact, the impact results of new technology will be jobless, not just unskilled or skilled laborers, but even high skilled laborers are in threat. In short, we can say uh, technology changed the nature of jobs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Muzamil, for your topic. Next, I would like to call Faisal Hassan.
Hello everyone, this is Faisal Hassan Thokar. My topic is about do deadline destroy creativity. There are two phrases. Let me discuss first one. If we continuously chasing deadlines can make us emotionally exhausted. Hence, there will be no motivation to be creative. Everyone is different. Some people can be creative under pressure, and some people will bring innovative ideas if they are not under pressure. So, giving tight deadline to those who cannot cope up with pressure destroy creativity. The second phrase is if there are no deadline, people may keep postponing tasks in search of better creative ideas. Mistakes do happen if we try to something new. So, so not be scared of failing and making mistakes can help us to being creative. At conclusion, not everyone can manage to be creative under pressure, but reasonable deadline super creative ideas. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Faisal Hassan, for your speech on this topic. So next, I'd like to call Ajinkya Murke. Ajinkya, over to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ajinkya and today's my topic is sustainable energy. Energy is sustainable if it meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Sustainable energy refers the energy produced from sources that can be used repeatedly and are not in danger of expiring. It must come from renewable energy sources first is solar energy, second is water, third is wind energy, and fourth is geothermal energy. Sustainable energy gives us better health and better protection for our environment, we can achieve sustainable energy by improving energy conservation and its efficiency. Sustainable energy sources are the best sources for our home and our businesses, because they are not only renewable but also frequently developed closer to each and every consumer of its. And there are many disadvantages of the sustainable energy. In this, first main disadvantage is its capital cost is more, and some sustainable energy sources projects like clearing forest for biofuels are caused to environment or harmful damage. The role of non-renewable energy sources in sustainable energy has been controversial. Like nuclear power causes radioactive waves and radioactive uh, accidents, which are harmful for our ecosystem. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Ajinkya, for your speech. Next, I would like to call Balaji Punzare. Balaji, over to you.
Hello friends, my name is Balaji Atmaram Punzare. I'm in second year in electrical engineering. My topic is quality of electric power. So basically what is meant by good quality of power? So it is can be defined as a steady supply voltage that's it is in a permissible limit and steady AC frequency close to the rated value and smooth voltage curve waveform. So it is combined known as a quality of electric power. So in general, it is useful to consider power quality as a compatibility between what comes out an electric outlet and the load that plug into it. The term is used to describe electric power that drives to electric load and the load ability to function properly. Without the proper power, an electric device may malfunction or fail to operate at all. There are many ways which in electric power can be poor quality and many more causes of such poor quality. The electric power industry comprise electrical generation, electric power transmission, and ultimately electric power distribution to the electric meter located at the premises of the end user of the electric power. The electricity then moves through the wiring to the user, and the manufacturing day by day in the electrical or electronic component or devices that are highly reliable and sensitive to measure the power distortion. So any we discuss about the what is problems is occur therefore the power quality is damaged. So tripping the circuit or circuit breaker without any overload or underload, then distortion in frequency, then over voltage, under voltage, over current, under current, and etc. This is are the causes when can damage the quality of power. So some of what is conclude to this, we use such device that make the quality of power high. Such device are filters, static VAR, harmonic filters, then isolation transformers and many more transformers that helps to increase the quality of power. And the power is the good quality power is a food of the electric devices, the good food, and therefore healthy the electric device. So that's all about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Balaji, for your speech. So next, I'd like to call Sakshi Golo. Sakshi.
Hello, hello everyone. My name is Sakshi Deepak Gholab and I'm student from SY Electrical. And today is my topic is EQ versus IQ. Well, you have probably heard of intelligence quotient IQ. It's measure of raw analytical numerical intelligence. Einstein had a high IQ, but our understanding and intelligence has expanded. It's not just about being smart with numbers, but also knowing how people works. Here enters EQ, that is emotional quotient. Well, emotional quotient accounts for how you understood feeling and other mushy stuff. Well, it covers those bits of your intelligence responsible for identifying emotions, showing empathy, communicating effectively, and resolving conflicts. Well, is EQ or IQ are more important? Well, both are important. Higher IQ won't help you during a math test, but high IQ might have you over intellectualizing emotional situation when your grieving mate needs a hug. Well, a common misconception is that high IQ automatically means better job performance. Well, recent research has shown IQ is only one piece of a flavor pie. Well, EQ being popular concept for business world because it may have links to career success, and folks with high EQ have larger salaries on average. Well, having high EQ and IQ might make success an easier task. Conversely, having low scores in either means life is always going to feel little bit like you are playing in on hard mode. Well, there are some ways, activities to improve your EQ as well as IQ, and there is no harm to try these methods. And remember, success comes from dealing with people well. That's from me all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sakshi, for your topic. That was really great speech on EQ versus IQ. So, and with Sakshi, we are done with all the members of Team Visionaries. And here I'd like to conclude that the activity 2, that is pre-topic talk, has successfully completed. And I'd like to thank everyone for their coordination and cooperation, and TPO as well for providing with such wonderful activity. Yeah, and that's it. Have a great day. Bye.